welcome to Teen Talk. Today we'll be discussing social media and how it's taking over the world. I'm your host, Erica Rivera, and I'm here with
Kaylee Callahan.
Kayla.
And let's get into it, girls. So, what do you guys think about social media?
Social media is a fun thing to get on when you're bored, and I love it so much. Love social media.
I feel like a lot of people are like so like absorbed in social media. Like a lot of teens like our age, obviously, like they're like always on social media. Like, what do you like think? Like, do you think you could survive without your phone for a day, like, or social media?
There was a challenge where it told teens to put down their phone for 30 minutes to see if they can do it, and I tried it, and it was the hardest thing because when you first are able to get it, that's the only thing you are able to use, like communication to people, and so you're like that's like your backbone. Like you use that to call your parents and stuff. So if you don't have it, you feel like kind of helpless. Yeah. So I feel like it's just like a necessity to most people, even me, because I won't lie. Like I actually love to use my cell phone all the time.
But I feel like now, like especially in like 2016, like I feel like with like Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, like all these like and Twitter and like stuff like that, like I feel like people are on that so much that like I know like I use Snapchat all the time. Like I like talk to people on it. Like I don't even text people. I Snapchat them because like I don't know. I just like I think it's more like convenient for me to use that than.
I feel like they make it more easier for us to connect to people than rather talk to them. So since they put that in place, then now everybody thinks, well, I don't have to actually go out and meet people. I can just do it online. So
yeah.
See, like the thing is, like I hardly go on social media like as it is. The only thing I really use my phone for is like to text or call my parents or my best friend or something. The only time I really go on Snapchat is if like you text me on Snapchat. Or, like, someone says, hey, look at this person's story. I'll be like, okay. And then I usually don't look at it until, like, a couple of hours later. Like, I don't need to be on all the time. I hardly will look at Instagram anyway. There's nothing really on there that's interesting for me. My Twitter and Facebook, I don't post anything. I literally don't have anything on there.
Yeah. I feel like you said, like, social media kind of is taking over the world, though. Like we said, like, we don't really even text people a lot anymore. Like, no, well, besides you, but, like, I know I don't text a lot of people anymore. And, like, okay, all these older people are getting on Snapchat and, like, Instagram now, too. Like my grandma has a Snapchat.
yeah, it's like making like everybody want to connect to each other. Like when they said Facebook was a big thing, now everybody has Facebook. You can even see people that you've been friends with in high school and you're like 50 now. So it's just like, it's easier to just connect with people. So I feel like that really is taking over everything now.
And it's not even the grown-ups. Like, it's young kids, too. Like, my 9-year-old cousin has a Snapchat.
Yeah.
Like, what do you use that for? Like, you're 9 years old. You're supposed to go out and, like, play with your friends.
Yeah, like, my 3-year-old little brother knows how to work my mom's tablet better than my mom does. He's 3 and doesn't even talk.
Do you guys
he knows
think
how to work a tablet?
That's a problem that kids are being on technology at this age, or is it better for them to learn how to use it? Is it like gonna change us for the worse or for the better?
That's kind of like it's kind of like two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Like, in some ways it is better because you can contact people that, like, if you didn't have social media, you wouldn't be able to talk to. But at the same time, because of social media, you know, you're not actually going out and meeting new people. You have all these friends on Facebook, but how many of those people do you actually know, like, person to person?
Yeah, and like you said, like, I think it's a good thing that, like, the younger generation is getting to know like how to use technology, because like the world is turning into like technology based. Like you can order food online, like by a text. You can like, if you send like a text to like this place, then like you can order your food or like stuff like that. And like a lot of like college classes are online, a lot of high school classes are online. Like everyone's like turning like toward technology, but then again, like they aren't like necessarily using it for like the right purposes all the time. You know, like people are playing games and stuff like online and stuff, and like not actually doing what they're supposed to and whatnot.
Right, and like kids nowadays are like, while they're in class, they'll be on social media instead of paying attention in class.
I do that. I'm not gonna lie, I do that.
Yeah, like that. It's your classes are very important, and social media is kind of like pushing that to second base compared to, you know, like Twitter or Facebook or Instagram.
I think it's more interesting for kids to be on social media. That's why they don't pay attention in class, because it's like you have the choice to listen to somebody just talk all this time, or you also have the choice to watch your favorite movie. So it's like you give them the option because you let them have that, like have that phone, have that computer. But like they're not trying. I feel like school systems are not trying to make it like, okay, we want you to not pay attention to us. We want you to use that device to further your education. But I feel like a lot of people take advantage of it. Like you said, a lot of them take advantage of it and then play games and FaceTime. It just like it's overwhelming to everyone.
Do you guys think that like social media and like whatnot should be implemented into like schools, like for school use?
I think it could be, like if they somehow made the social media fun, like they post stuff that's fun and helps kids out, then they'll pay attention. But if they post things like, I don't know, something super boring, then kids are going to be like, well, I don't want to do this. And they'll just look at somebody else's page instead of the school's. Like, it's kind of hard to tell because, like, how do you really make school things fun on social media?
Yeah.
Schools are like, I know for a fact that my school already uses social medias for our fan section, our band section, our school staff. They just want everybody to feel like they're connected. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I know some kids enjoy having the different social media devices. It's like, okay, this is my school, I can support them. But I also think like there's a limit, because your class, and then you have like, say if you have an English class and they want to make a Twitter account, what is that actually for? What are you making this account for? Just to have it? So I'm like kind of iffy about that, but I support the school system, like the whole community of like for example, Whiting having it. I support them because I think that'll get our name out there more for like our sports, athletics, band, everything.
Yeah. So like, if the schools do implement social media, then everything is slowly coming around social media now. Like, it really is taking over, especially if the schools start using it, you know? That's kind of like, I don't want to say that's a bad thing, but I don't want to say it's a good thing either.
It's like all about popularity, like a popularity contest.
Yeah, and like people are like judging themselves on like how many likes their Instagram picture has. And like a lot of like,
Does that really even matter?
It doesn't. Like, I mean, like to some people it does, but like to some other people are like, so like I really don't care. But like a lot of girls I know, especially like, are they're like not focusing on like like how they feel about themselves. They're thinking about like how other people feel about themselves.
And that could change like a person entirely, because if you're only based on how many likes you get or how many like heart eyes you get under a picture, that can change you, and you could think like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough or something. It could change somebody's thoughts about themselves, which isn't good at all. So I think that we shouldn't really depend on other people's information to like ourselves.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's a really good point, and I feel like this discussion could go much further, but that is all the time we have, and we want to thank everyone for watching the Teen Talk, and we hope you come back next time.